Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have got some delicious dinner inspiration for you today. If you are into cooking content, which I'm assuming if you are watching this you probably are, and you are not subscribed, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button and leave me a comment down below and let me know which one of these you look forward to hopefully making soon for your family. I hope one of these inspires you. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm making some comfort food, some chicken and noodles in my Instant Pot. You can easily adapt this for the stovetop, or I've done it in the crock pot before. Yeah, you can easily adapt this. I've got a stick of butter melting, 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. You're going to put in 2 14-ounce cans of chicken broth, or if you're like me and you don't have it, I just use the cream of chicken cans, and use some bouillon powder, some poultry seasoning, a little bit of garlic powder, some salt and pepper, and of course I will have everything linked down below for you as well. And then I have, I whisked this up and I put in 2, I think it was 2, I don't know about weight, yeah, it was 2 fairly large chicken breasts. And since mine was frozen, I cooked it at high pressure for 18 minutes and then let it naturally release for 10. And then once it was ready, I took the chicken out, shredded it with a fork while I was cooking the noodles. The only part of the recipe that was mine are these carrots. I had some I needed to use, and so I decided to put them in when I put the noodles. And as far as that goes, I diced up a couple of carrots, put in a whole bag, 24-ounce bag of Ream's noodles. Make sure they are all covered up, and then you're going to cook this at high pressure for 6 minutes and then naturally release for 10. And once it is ready, you're just going to take your shredded chicken, put it back in there, stir it all up. Maybe get a stiffer spoon than you'll see me using. I always grab this thing to stir, and then as soon as I do, I'm like, why did I grab this one? It's so like flimsy, as you will see. But then I don't want to dirty up another spoon, so I just, just torture myself. It's all good. This was so good, and like I said, it is so comforting. And now I'm going to make some shrimp and grits. That is easily probably my husband and I's favorite new meal, just in general. Taylor Elmore shared this recipe on her channel, and this is the second time I've made it. You're going to start by frying up 6 pieces of bacon. You can do this in the cast iron skillet. That's what she did. I just chose to do it this way. And remove them when they are done. And then you're going to throw your shrimp in with the bacon grease, and then sprinkle on some cayenne pepper and Tony seasoning, and just until they are ready, until they are pink, but don't cook them too long because they'll get all rubbery. And now that my shrimp is ready, I'm just removing it to a plate. I'm going to throw in some minced garlic, and I'm not sure exactly how much, probably half of a red bell pepper back there. I had some in the freezer, and I'm going to throw that in as well. And also, I think it's like a 1/4 cup of chicken broth or something like that. I just put in a little bit of water. Last time I made it, I used a little bit of bouillon seasoning, but it didn't make too big of a change. And then once you have your garlic all cooked, at least you're going to throw in your chopped up crumbled bacon, Stir that around for a second and throw your shrimp back in, and then get to working on your grits. Here I have 4 cups of grits and half a stick of butter, and also it called for, of course there's salt and pepper, but I think it was like a couple tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. I think I put a little bit more than that, but it's so good. And then a cup and a half of sharp cheese, and it is it. Just stir it up, and then you're gonna just plate it. You'll see it's really messy. It is not the prettiest plating or easiest thing because of all that dang cheese, but you're gonna get the grits on a plate and throw the shrimp on top. And this, I know I've posted about this before, but I have made shrimp and grits before and they were good, but something about this one, it is just the best shrimp and grits recipe I have ever tasted. And then we just had a burger night. I didn't film it. I just made them in the air fryer, and that is how I like my burger. I'd love to know your favorite toppings for your burgers. I was clearly on a shrimp kick this week. It was on sale at Kroger, so just forgive me. Anyway, I am melting a stick of butter. I almost let it burn. And then I'm throwing in a pound of shrimp into my electric skillet again. Gonna cook them on both sides, same thing. And then I'm gonna be adding in, this is shrimp Alfredo, something I made for years. I always just eyeball it. But you're gonna pour in your desired amount of heavy whipping cream. And honestly, you'll see I ended up doubling the noodles, and I probably could have made a little bit more sauce, but it was still delicious. And this time I decided to, well, I'll have about a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese as well. And this time I decided to put in a little bit of Tony's Cajun seasoning. I should have put more. Like, you can kind of tell it was there, but it wasn't. Next time I will add a pretty good bit more of that. And then here I'm just stirring it up until the cheese melts and making my noodles. And I'm just going to let this sit and thicken up. And I also throw in a little bit of ground black pepper and a little bit of salt. It really doesn't need it because butter is salted, but you know, if you use unsalted butter, it probably would need a little bit more. And that Parmesan cheese is salty. And this is it now that it has sat and thickened up a little bit. And here I threw in 1 package, and then I stirred it around. I was like, this is definitely not enough to feed 6 people. So I went and grabbed another box of fettuccine and cooked that up really quick, and then added it in. And it was still, it needed to be a little bit more saucy, but all the noodles were coated. Everybody liked it. Everybody was happy. So this is dinner for this night. And like I said, it's something I have been making for years. And my last recipe is a really good sheet pan meal that turned out so awesome. I am just quartering a whole bag of the petite golden potatoes, and I'm drizzling some olive oil on top and sprinkling some Italian seasoning, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and then just mixing that up really well. And then you're going to bake the potatoes on the sheet by themselves first for 10 minutes at 450. And while they are roasting, I'm going to chop up everything else. You can use any kind of bell pepper that you want. You're just going to dice it up as small, smaller pieces. And it actually the recipe called for chicken sausage, but it was like $5 for 3 little links. And I'm trying to feed 6 people. So I just went to my go-to and just got, the Hillshire Farm, and I got 2, links, I guess, of it. And then you can either use, get a head of broccoli, but I went ahead and bought the pre-cut one. If any of the chunks were really big, I kind of, made it up a little smaller. And then you're going to put that in with all of it and put more oil, the same seasonings you put on the potatoes. And once your potatoes have cooked for 10 minutes, you're going to move your potatoes to like the outside of the pan. And then you're going to dump this in the center and cook it at 450 for 20 more minutes. If you have any good sheet pan, go-to favorites, you'll have to let me know down in the comments. I've only done like maybe 2 or 3 of these, and I love how easy it is, and you get everything that you need. So I would love to know some other good combinations that I can try for my family, because we really like this one. And here it is all done. That broccoli was amazing like that. I have also never had it that way. Like I said, it turned out really, really good. And that's going to conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have not yet, I would love for you to subscribe and like I said, leave me a comment down below, and I will see y'all in my next video.